I stand before Università LUM Jean Monnet. Casamassima and I feel the weight of disappointment settle upon my shoulders like a leaden sky. I enter the grand entrance, and the first thing that greets me is a chaotic desk where clerks shuffle papers without a clue, their eyes vacant, their voices muffled. The registration system crashes at every click, leaving me staring at an empty screen that promises a place in my program, but delivers only silence. This is a problem because a student cannot begin studies without a confirmed enrollment. Without that certainty, anxiety builds, motivation crumbles, and the entire educational journey is put on hold. I walk along the corridor, and the walls are stained with dust, the paint peeling like old bark. The furniture is cracked, the chairs squeak with every shift of weight. A tired environment tells the mind that the institution does not care for its learners, and a neglected space erodes confidence, making concentration impossible and fostering a sense of neglect. I sit in the lecture hall for the master titled MAHRM. The slides appear on a platform that loads one image after another, each image out of order, each lesson borrowed from another course that ended years ago. The content is dated, the theories obsolete, the examples irrelevant to modern practice. When education relies on recycled material, the student receives no new knowledge, the mind does not grow, and the promise of advancement becomes a hollow echo. The value of tuition evaporates, leaving a bitter taste of betrayal. The promised scholarships flicker like a weak lantern. I hear whispers of a selection process that seems random, a rotation of funds that appears to serve the administrator's convenience rather than the student's merit. Scholarships that are manipulated undermine fairness, they breed distrust, and they deny the very purpose of financial aid: to empower those who strive but lack resources. Attendance is recorded in a vague ledger. Some classmates miss more than 20% of sessions, yet still receive a certificate. The rules are ignored, the enforcement is lax, the integrity of the degree is compromised. When a university allows those who do not meet attendance requirements to graduate, the credential loses credibility, employers question its worth, and honest students feel cheated. The internship promised in the brochure never materializes. I am sent to a small office where I perform menial tasks unrelated to my field of study, while other students claim they have been placed in reputable firms. An internship that does not match the description provides no practical experience. It fails to build a professional network, and it defeats the purpose of bridging theory with practice. The student is left with a gap in the resume and a feeling of exploitation. The tutorials that were advertised as interactive are in fact empty recordings, silent placeholders that offer no guidance. The teaching tools are non-existent, the software licenses expired, the labs contain no functioning equipment. When the tools for learning are absent, the student cannot practice, cannot experiment, cannot internalize concepts, and the entire pedagogical process collapses into a wasted expense. Professors are a myth. The schedule lists names that never appear, emails go unanswered, office hours are a joke. The lack of mentorship means I cannot ask questions, cannot receive feedback, cannot grow intellectually. A university without accessible faculty deprives students of guidance, prevents critical thinking, and isolates learners in a vacuum of ignorance. The administrative staff speak in circles, providing misinformation about grades, deadlines, and graduation requirements. Their answers change with each conversation, creating a labyrinth of confusion. Misinformation leads to missed deadlines, delayed graduations, and emotional distress. It reflects poor management and an absence of accountability. The campus feels isolated, the grounds
overgrown, the parking lot cracked. The facilities are outdated, the laboratories dim, the library shelves half empty. A barren campus diminishes inspiration, reduces opportunities for collaboration, and signals that the institution is not investing in its future. The cost of tuition is €10,000, a sum that promises quality education, modern resources, and a bright career. Instead, I receive disordered lessons, false promises, and a degree that carries the stigma of mediocrity. When money is extracted without delivering value, the transaction becomes exploitation, the student's trust is shattered, and the reputation of the university is tarnished. I write this in my diary because my silence would be complicit. I expose these failures so that others may see the truth behind the polished brochures. Do you see the injustice? Do you agree that such practices are unacceptable? Share your thoughts, join the chorus of those who demand accountability. My heart aches like a cold wind across a barren field, for I once dreamed of knowledge, of bright horizons, and now I wander among the ruins of unkept promises. The sorrow is chronic, the longing eternal, and the lesson remains clear. A hollow institution cannot fill the soul of a seeker.
Businesses near Università, LUM Jean Monnet. Casa Massima can be tricky, you know. Like, they look normal, but some are just waiting to take advantage of tourists. I was looking into this, and it is so sad what happens here. First, there was this pop-up store called King Coley's. It was selling surprise packages near the university area. You pay by weight, but you cannot open the box before buying. Sounds fun, right? But no, people got broken gadgets, expired makeup, even single socks. Like, how is that fair? Tourists probably thought they were getting something cool, but it was just trash. I bet they felt so stupid after. And the store probably packed up and left before anyone could complain. Classic scam. Then there was this McDonald's fight. Not a scam, but still scary. Imagine just wanting a burger, and suddenly people are hitting each other over a sandwich. Tourists probably ran away thinking, what kind of place is this? The police came, but the damage was done. Now everyone is afraid to eat there. And then a pharmacy robbery. Masked men tried to steal drugs and money. Tourists might go to pharmacies for medicine, but now they have to worry about criminals too. The police caught them, but what if they did not? It is so unfair. This is how businesses near Università LUM Jean Monnet, Casa Massima are. Some are fine, but others, they just want your money or worse. Tourists come for 2 weeks, and this is what they get. It is depressing.
The businesses around Università LUM Jean Monnet in Casa Massima feel like a practical joke that forgot to end. I walked in expecting student-friendly prices and maybe a little Southern Italian warmth. What I got was a slow-motion slapstick routine where the punchline is always your wallet, and the props are broken toilets, sarcastic waiters, and salmon that has clearly seen more freezers than the Arctic. Let us begin with the shopping cathedral itself, Parco Commercial Casa Massima. From the highway it glitters like a promise, but once inside you discover the restrooms are treated like top-secret bunkers. Staff members guard the doors with mops as if they were assault rifles. One cleaner told a desperate woman that a toilet was closed forever because she had just poured detergent in it. The woman had to sprint the length of 3 football fields, cheeks clenched, only to find the next bathroom flooded, and the one after that had a queue curling toward the parking lot. 5 cubicles, 2 workable, all smelling like regret. If you ever wanted to know what a refugee camp feels like, try needing a wee here. The food court is a mirage. You spot an empty table, shuffle toward it with a tray of lukewarm pie dinner, and a teenager looks up from a phone to inform you the seat is reserved for a friend who is still in the car. That friend, apparently, is invisible, because 30 minutes later the chair remains occupied by nothing but a ghost and a napkin. People circle like vultures, some give up and eat standing, others simply abandon the mission and leave hungry. The mall is huge, shiny, full of brands, yet nobody has figured out how to match the number of chairs to the number of human spines. Inside the same glass palace, you will find Sandrino Gelato, the only counter advertising gluten-free cones for celiac students. The first visit feels safe. Staff swear there is 0 contamination. The second visit, the story flips. The same employee now warns that nothing can be guaranteed gluten-free. The customer stands frozen, spoon halfway to mouth, wondering whether last month's scoop was secretly a digestive time bomb. Trust evaporates faster than the gelato melts. Cross the corridor to Pandora, and the sales assistants giggle behind the glass like schoolgirls watching a boy fall off a bike. A couple merely wants to look at charms. 3 employees exchange glances and snicker for no visible reason. The shoppers feel suddenly naked, as if their desire to buy a silver trinket is the day's stand-up comedy. Professionalism is meant to be included in the box, but apparently it is sold separately. Leave the mall, drive 5 minutes, and you reach Kaizen Sushi, the place that teaches mathematics through misery. The menu says all you can eat, yet the small print behaves like a grumpy bouncer. 1 round of sashimi per person, 1 plate from each category, and if you overorder, the waitress arrives at your table like a strict aunt, announcing you have requested too much, and she will decide what you are allowed to taste. The salmon arrives sliced so thickly it resembles fish steaks for cats, and it flakes apart like wet paper because it has been frozen and refrozen more times than a pop star's comeback. Children of 9 are charged adult prices even if they weigh less than the chair they sit on. The owner, when questioned later on the phone, calls the customer stupid before hanging up. Flavor, courtesy, and basic arithmetic all die in the same bento box. Need a coffee to forget the sushi? Art Cafe Casa Massima looks charming until you realize the cornetto has the texture of a foam flip-flop, and the fondant is basically chocolate-colored wax. You wait 40 minutes on a Saturday morning for an espresso that arrives colder than your ex's heart, while your friend discovers the herbal tea she ordered is out of stock, and the tiny spoon provided could only stir a doll's teacup.
Staff wear masks like chin straps and address customers as if they were interrupting a private party. The bill, of course, is dressed up like Milan prices, even though the service feels more like a village bus stop. Perhaps you crave relaxation after this cascade of disappointments. The healing sanctuary promises zen. Instead, you lie on the table while the therapist moves her hands in slow motion, as though she is washing invisible dishes. You beg 3 times for more pressure. She nods, then continues to stroke you like a sleepy cat. Stress does not leave your muscles, it simply dies of